today I am going to discuss a topic that is under voltage protection. So let's start. Under voltage protection, how it will work. Before explaining under voltage protection, I will explain why we need under voltage protection. Under voltage protection, for example, we have machinery. For example, motor is there and motor is running and the voltage drop. What will happen? It will motor start drawing more current if voltage reduce, and motor will heat up, and that will cause the insulation resistance of motor to reduce. So this is the main problem with the with this under voltage. And the second thing, if our two generator is running, for example, we have this bus bar and we have two generator connected to the main bus bar. So like this, connected to main bus bar, this is generator number 1 and this is generator number 2. So this is a breaker. So one generator is running and it is giving a supply to this breaker bus bar, and then through a breaker, and then we by mistake we will try to give us try to connect the second breaker of second generator. So it will cause the generator to short circuit, because here it is having a winding, that is winding is like this, and this is the winding of the generator. So what will happen in this case, the voltage from here generator to come to the second generator, and it is short circuit here in this alternator. And so the under voltage protection is one, that is our consumer that is running, such as motor, it will heat up and insulation resistance goes down. And second protection it will give, it does not allow the generator breaker to on, so that it will, the short circuit will not happen. This will happen only when the main bus bar having only two generator that is running in parallel. So this is why the under voltage protection is important. So I will explain the various component in under voltage protection and how it will work. That I will explain now. So let me first. Okay. So this, I explain the component. This is the main bus bar. Main bus bar, from where we are getting a supply for the consumer, such as the motor or lights, are all supply is taken out from this through a tapping. And this bus bar is also connected to the generator. So generator is also connected to this bus bar, but it is connected to a breaker. So these three things are breaker. So this is connected to bus bar. So now the supply is from the generator is going to main bus bar, and from main bus bar it is going to the various consumer, for example the motor, light or something, whatever the consumer we have, from where the supply is going. Now I will explain the other component of the main component of under voltage protection. The first one is the coil. This is the magnetic type. Some chip or the some generator having the electronic type also, but it is the magnetic type. So it is having a fuses. It is taking this tapping from two of this generator after breaker, and then it will give a supply to the this coil having a one rod inside. So that rod is connected to the breaker. So all this is connected mechanically but not electrically. Okay, so what will happen when the voltage is going to here, so it will keep the breaker in contact. So it will make the contact, it will try to push down and make the breaker always contact down. And there is one more thing, that is known as breaker kickoff spring. So in this case the spring is connected and that spring is always try to open the breaker, and the coil is always try to close the breaker. So what will happen, for example, we have a rated voltage is 440. 440 is the rated voltage, and this under voltage protection is normally work on 50% voltage dip. So what will happen, because when our generator is running or some we will start some motor, so some voltage dip is there because it will draw starting current high, and some starting voltage dip is there. So we cannot afford that, even we start a motor and it will trip the alternator and generator, so it will open up the breaker, so we will not afford that. So for that, it is normally work when 50% is there. 50% of 440 voltage, if we have a rated, then it is 220 volt. So approximately at 220 volt it will trip. So now this coil having a 440 volt, let's assume, and this 440 volt is producing enough coil, producing enough force, that is try to keep it close. So means whatever force is applied by the spring to open the breaker, the coil is providing more force at this voltage. So slowly the voltage start reducing, whatever the factor is there, maybe that generator rpm reduce or something like that, or the fault in the generator. So what will happen, for example, its voltage start reducing, and it is reduced to 300, nothing will happen, because at that time also the under voltage coil having a more force than the spring, and then we will reach slowly to 220 voltage, and that time what will happen, the spring force is overcome by overcome the coil force. So now this all breaker is open up, and when this breaker open up, there is the generator is disconnected from the main bus bar, and it is not giving supply to the main bus bar. This is the simple working principle of under voltage protection, and I also explain its why we are using under voltage protection, what are its main component, and how it is work. So this is all about under voltage protection. And if you like this video, please don't forget to hit like button, so that I can continuously making more videos. Thank you.